Hey, good morning everybody. Doing this video because I've had an issue with my 2014 Chevy Equinox stalling. I had this similar problem before, and I see a lot of videos online talking about this problem, but they're mostly talking about the variable valve timing solenoid. There's an exhaust one and an intake one, but there's not so much on another problem, which is the camshaft position sensor. So I thought I'd shoot this to try to help anybody else out there that's experiencing the same problem. Apparently this is a pretty common problem with these Chevy Equinoxes, similar motors. So don't need a whole lot of tools for this. You're really just going to need a flathead screwdriver and a 10mm socket with an extension. I also used this other socket with the little elbow just to loosen the screws up. I apologize for the traffic noise, but this is what the part looks like. It's a pretty simple part. Costs about 50 bucks. So if you're having a problem with your Equinox stalling, it's either going to be this or it's probably going to be the variable valve. I can show you where both are at in this video. So here we go. Basically, when you look in the motor, I've got everything kind of set apart already just to walk you through this real easy and quick. But you're going to have a hose clamp right here with a flathead screwdriver, or you can use the 10mm socket. You're going to loosen that up, pop that off of there. There is another one right down here, and you're going to loosen that up. And then over here on this side you get this vacuum hose, and just carefully, that just pops right out of there. And then just wiggle it a little bit and this should pop right up off of the motor. And then you've got this cover. You're going to need to take your oil cap off, and then this is set on here, just basically popped on there, but I've already got it loosened up. But you just pull up on all four corners and it should pop right off. And then it's going to look like this. And put your oil cover cap back on there just to keep any dirt from getting in there, and you probably want to put a rag or something in here to keep any dirt from going in there. Next thing I did was remove this piece so you can get to the battery, and there's a 10mm screw that goes on right there that just holds this on. And once you take that screw off, just slide it over to the right a little bit and then take it off, and you can just lay it in the motor there. And your negative terminal is here because you're working with electrical components. So take this little cover off, 10mm screw, loosen that up, and just take your negative terminal off. And then the part you're looking for, if I can show it to you, is going to be right on the back side of the motor. So you're looking in the motor, here's your brake fluid. If you follow that down in here, if you can see where my finger is, that is the wire harness going to that piece, and the screw is right on the back side of that. If you use your hand, you can feel it. And basically I used that angle socket and just felt until I got it on the screw head down there, loosened it up enough to where I could get it with my fingers, loosened it up the rest of the way, and changed it out. Now I left the wire harness hooked up until I pulled it out, and basically the wire harness has these same types of clips on it. What you have to do is just slide that little gray piece out, and then inside of there there's a little, you can use a flathead screwdriver, you just lift up on it and the whole thing will slide right off. So you take the wire harness off, plug it back in. I put just a little drop of motor oil on my fingers here, just to lubricate that rubber ring there, and set it back in there. Felt where the screw hole was at and tighten it up finger tight, and then fought it the rest of the way to get that one screw in there, but it is only one screw holding it on. As you can see, I lost a little bit of skin and a little bit of blood, but not too bad. It's pretty tight fit, but it's doable. Did it in a few minutes. So if you're stalling out, it's either going to be that issue, or if you want to try this first, this is the one that mostly everybody has videos on, is your variable valve. These are going to be right down here. Same type of wire harness. Pop that plastic up, and that's going to be your intake, and that's going to be your exhaust. So if you're getting the P0011 code, it's more than likely going to be this intake or that other piece in there. So hope that helps. Good luck.